Recording here. So in the last class we talked about
Inheritance.
inheritance and access modifiers, right?
Yes, we know.
Yeah. So today we'll talk about uh, composition first. Okay.
hmm
What do you think is composition, Samira?
Composition.
Yeah.
Composition, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea, Vinod. It's composition.
Okay. Give me a minute.
Yeah, light off.
So what is inheritance?
Inheritance is a getting inheriting the methods from the parents' class or methods or fields, properties of a parents' class into the child class.
Yeah. So if I define it in a different way, I can say that inheritance is a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, um, tiger is a animal, correct?
Yes.
And dog is a animal, correct? So
Yes.
if you have animal as a class and dog as a class and tiger as a class, so you can say
Mm-hmm.
tiger is inheriting from animal and dog is inheriting from animal.
Animal.
Where animal is the parent class, tiger and dog are the child class, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes,
this
Vinod.
is a relationship. On the same lines, now, if I want to define composition,
Okay.
okay, it is a, give me a minute, it is a has a relationship,
Has it. Okay.
okay. For example, if you are talking about computer
Mm-hmm.
has a keyboard,
Okay.
computer has a motherboard.
Okay.
Are you getting the difference?
Yes, Vinod. It's like
So
referring to the same class properties methods, like.
uh, it's like having instance of it inside it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that is the main difference between a composition and inheritance. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
inheritance means it is a relationship
Okay.
where you derive everything. Composition has a relationship. Like uh, you have, for
Mm-hmm.
example, Samira has a iPhone.
Okay.
You are not a phone, right? But you
No.
have an iPhone. Okay,
Okay.
on the same way, Samira has a laptop. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So anything which you are not going to define, but you have the properties which
Okay.
you can access it. Like you
So
can
it's like
switch on,
inbuilt. Okay. Then
yeah, you
properties.
can
Okay.
switch. You can switch on the phone. You can switch off the phone. You can call
Mm.
using the phone. So you are using the phone, right?
Yes. Okay.
But you are not deriving from it. So that is a composition.
Okay.
And how do you achieve composition? By creating instance of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Vinod, are
So
these attributes?
No. Okay.
um, attributes as in you do have properties and you're using the properties and the methods and everything, but the concept, this is just a concept. Okay, this is nothing like a keyword or anything. Composition, you don't have any keyword or anything, it is just a concept. Okay, for inheritance you do inherit from, right, or a parent, right?
We extends the
So
class. Okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if for inheritance you use extend as a keyword, for
Mm-hmm.
this one you don't use any keyword for it, you just use the composition, in instance creation of it.
Okay.
All right.
So, Vinod,
So it's basically creating an object for a class. Is that what composition is?
Yes, yes. So having a object instance, you can have you can basically use all its properties. That is actually called as composition.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This is just a theory. Nothing. No keywords into it. Nothing. Okay. All right.
Yes, Vinod.
Okay. A simple example would be PC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me create an example of it. Do you want to see an example?
Yes, Vinod.
Okay. Let me create a new class for monitor. Okay. We have a class for monitor, and you can have
Mm-hmm.
all the properties of monitor into it. Give me a minute. Next, let me create a resolution. Let me first create the classes, then I'll give you the details. 1 minute. Let me resolution will have width and height.
Okay.
Okay. Then
Mm-hmm.
monitor has a resolution. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Increases. Yeah. And it has some functions as well. And
Mm-hmm.
next we can have a motherboard.
Okay.
Motherboard has all these are the just the normal data types, so it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have. Yeah. Then finally I can go for PC. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, I didn't create the case. Let me create the case. So every PC will have a case. One last, I think, dimensions. Yeah. Now I think my PC should be good. So our PC has the case, the monitor, and motherboard. Okay. Now
Okay.
the case internally has. If I just go to the definition of a case, it'll have dimensions. Okay, and dimensions will go towards basic Java data types. Okay, they don't have any class inside it. And coming back to the monitor has resolution. Okay, and motherboard has everything. These are all basic data types. Okay, now we'll create a main class,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see how we can use this.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. I'll just create an entry class
Mm-hmm.
with a public static void main, and inside that I'll just add my code. Yeah. So first I create a dimension. Okay, and using the dimension I create a case, because in order to create a case we need a dimension, correct?
Yes.
And once we have the case, we add monitor with the
Mm-hmm.
resolution. Here, previously we created a case and assigned it into a reference and use that reference. Here for the monitor, we need resolution, but I'm instead of assigning it to a reference, I'm directly creating it here.
Okay.
Okay. Then
But we
finally,
not like
mhm,
one question. Without extending the classes, like you're doing all this in entry class, like a separate class, how is it inheriting the properties from the classes?
that's what I meant. This is not inheritance. Okay. Inheritance is a concept. But
Mm-hmm.
here we are talking about composition, which is has a relation.
Okay.
Okay, when you're talking about has a relation, you have iPhone, but you don't need to derive from iPhone, right? Are you deriving
Okay.
anything from a phone? No,
No.
you're only having it. You can use it. You
Mm-hmm.
can use everything it has,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, for example, finally, I create what I'm looking for. I want to create a PC. So let's go from bottom to up. Okay,
Okay.
let's not go from top to bottom. Let's go bottom to up. So you need a
Mm-hmm.
PC and you need to start the PC. That's all your
Okay.
activity. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you create a PC? You need to have a case for it. You need to have a monitor for it. You need to have a motherboard for it.
Mother.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, how do you create the case? You need to create a case like
Dimensions.
that using the.
Dimensions.
Now it will ask for dimension. Now, how you don't have a dimension, so create a dimension first.
Okay.
So go in the opposite way. You'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now if
Oh.
you want to have a if you want to build a house, right, you just
Mm-hmm.
can't go build a full house, right? First you need to have a plan, then you need to have a funds, then you need to have all the bricks and everything, then you need to have all other materials one by one, then all put
Okay.
together one by one you will start building, correct? On the
Yes.
same way here, we need a PC. To build a PC we
Mm-hmm.
need a case. To build a case we need a dimension. Then again,
Mm-hmm.
we need a monitor. To build a monitor, we need a resolution.
Okay.
Then finally, we need a motherboard. When we
Okay.
So
have all this, only after that we can create it.
We know that you are sending dimensions as a parameter to the case.
Yes, you can see this here.
Can you please open that case, because I just want to see how dimensions is sent as a parameter in case.
1 minute.
Case.
1 minute, 1 minute. There is an error. I'll just check the error. Okay. So you're going to see. Okay. Let's go one by one. First, let's start with the PC. Okay.
Okay.
So PC has a case, monitor, and motherboard. Right? Has a case, has the monitor, has the motherboard. Only these three. All right. Now, you're taking that into the constructor and assigning it into a local variable. So this
You know
much
what?
clear?
what is this case? The case means what? Private case,
The
the
case,
case. It's a
this is
variable.
the type of the variable. This is the name of the variable.
Case. Okay. 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 So
When you say
case.
private int
Yeah, that
I,
I understand. But
right? Now int is the type of it, I
yeah,
is the
yeah.
value. The same way, case is a type.
So case.java and comp.java, they are all types
Case.java.
on the left side. You have created different files,
These are
right?
different classes.
These
See,
are
why do
classes.
you create a class? Why do you create a class? In order to use it into another class,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You create instance of the object.
yeah, right,
Okay. Now, what is an integer? It is the basic data type,
right.
but nothing but you are trying to store some value into it.
Yes.
Correct? On
Uh-huh.
the same way, every object you create, okay, you're
Mm-hmm.
you'll be storing some value into it.
Right.
Like when I say int I equal to 0, int j equal to 0, I and j are going to store some value.
Yeah, in that form of integer.
This is, yeah, but this is a basic data type. But when you talk about classes, you
Right.
will be creating multiple instances of it and saving it. So you
Yeah.
can have a black case, you can have a white case, you can have a pink case, you can have any
Okay.
case, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
case is actually a class which is a blueprint,
Mm-hmm.
and you create multiple objects of it.
Okay. So this case and all, they're all like user defined, right? The
Yes,
types, the user
yes, yes.
defined types. Okay, okay.
It's a user-defined type, and you create instance of it. And how do
Yeah,
you
okay,
define
okay.
a type? By defining a class.
So
Yeah,
Mhm.
The case is it is a variable
Name.
type of case, right?
Yeah, it is a variable
Class type.
whose type is a case. And
It is a
monitor this.
class then. So
Sorry,
the case is a class type, class case type.
the case is the name of the object reference.
Okay. Okay.
This is the
Oh
type
yeah.
of the object. This is the type of
Okay.
the object. This is the name of the variable. Okay. The reason I have used the case is because case becomes a keyword with if I use a small c. So for that reason, I have used the case. That's it. Nothing else. You can use a case, b case, anything, or a, b, c, d, x, y, z, anything you can give. It is just the name.
So, Vinod, so doing case, the case is equal to new case, and this declaration is the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
See, now PC is a class, correct?
Yes.
And we are just defining it here. That's why I'm not instantiating anything here.
Okay.
If you see, this is not the main class, right? Where we are going
Mhm.
to call everything else, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
It's an
only
entry
give,
class.
yeah, we are only giving blueprints where we just
Okay.
define it. So here you can see only the definitions.
Okay.
Okay, first go with the PC. PC will have a monitor, case, and a motherboard. Okay,
Mm.
now you just take the case, assign the case. Now coming to the case. Case will have model, manufacturer, power supply. These will be string, but there is some special type called as dimension. So you need to have the definition for dimension, and if you look at that, that will be broken down into this width, height, and depth. So ultimately,
Vinod,
what? Yeah.
all the properties of case will be
Mhm.
in PCS will get all the properties, like it will inherit. It will has all the properties of.
It is not inheriting, but as an instance, you can access it. So if I go to my entry class, now you have the PC, right?
Yeah.
Now I can say the PC dot get. Okay. Do I have not? Okay. 1 minute. I have not exposed the class, so let me expose that. So PC has power up and draw logo, right? Now what I'll do, I'll make this monitor to be public, this also to be public, and this also to be public. I'm not supposed to do it, I'll explain that shortly, but I'll just make everything public. Okay, the same I'll do for what else, monitor. Here this resolution also I'll make public. Okay, this also I'll make public. I'll just copy this. I'm just changing everything to public. Okay, what else do we have? PC is done, motherboard, monitor,
In private,
dimension.
it can be removed, right?
Sorry?
In PC class, private int can be removed.
Yeah, I just started it. We are not using it, so we can delete it fully. We are not using that. Okay, now I have changed everything. Now if I just run this, sorry, I should be going to the entry class here, then running it. Yeah. Do you need the font to be such big? Because I'm not able to cover it fully. Can I reduce it smaller slightly?
Yes, Vinod.
Yeah.
So is this okay in the background? Are you able to see this?
Yeah.
Yes, Vinod. Can see it.
I'll make this also 18.
Maybe little you can.
I think 19 should be good. Is this good enough?
Yes, Vinod.
Vinod, why can't we close that console console panel so that we can see your editor
Okay.
easily? You can minimize those whole thing, right?
I can, but I want to show it parallelly. Yeah.
Okay.
These breakpoints I don't need. Expressions. Let me bring that here. Okay. Now is it okay?
Yeah.
Yes, Vinod.
All right. So now you can see. Just see the PC. Now dot has a monitor, motherboard, and case. Okay. If you see the type of it, this is of type monitor. This is of type motherboard. This is of type case.
Okay.
Uh, this font you need to increase, right? Let me see if I can increase that. Display. I guess it is this one. No, it's still small. Does anyone know how to increase this one? Which particular font I need to increase? Hmm. Banner. Does anyone know this?
No idea. Vinod.
This is for debug. Wiki text. Let me try this. Let me make this also 18. Give me just 2 more minutes. I'll just see if everything is converted. This 24. Landed. We'll make this 14. Okay, let's try now. That's still small. Okay, are you able to see it?
We know that is called content assist font size, and it is not possible, looks like, to increase it. I mean, I just Googled it. It only shows content assist background and foreground. So you have to just increase the overall font size to.
How do I increase the overall?
See.
Which one you are trying to increase?
I increase everything I could here. Exchange.
The code area you can just zoom it. Here, yeah. Yeah, that's enough.
No, but this is not increasing in size.
It can't be increased, I think so.
Below the one, you have to go to debug and only.
This one, right? Console, I can do it. For this one, for this window.
Oh, that I don't know.
No, Abhi, it can't be, I think so. In Google, it's given like that. You have to run different files.
Okay, give me just 1 minute. I'll just pause the recording for a minute. So we were actually discussing about the composition. So composition, just like inheritance, you get to use all its properties, all its methods, everything, but for that you don't need to inherit. Instead, you have it, that is has a relationship for it. So you just create instances of it. So for example, if you have a class of Samira, you can have a instance within that for iPhone, instance within that for laptop, instance within that for a car. So Samira has a car, Samira has a phone, Samira has a laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, Samira is not derived from each of them. Instead, you create instances of it. The same way here, the PC is not derived from motherboard, but still it has motherboard here. Okay, so if I select that motherboard, now from the motherboard you can do dot, and now it has card slots, manufacturer model, RAM slots, everything.
Okay.
Vinod, I have a question.
Mhm.
So if I can use the properties and methods of other classes by whatever you're doing, then what's the point of inheritance? As in,
See, now I cannot say that it is a concept of oops. Okay.
okay,
Now I cannot say that your father has you. I can't say that, right? You are derived from your father. Does it make
okay,
sense?
okay.
Vinod, can you explain this composition concept on a white paper? Because we are clear about inheritance, but composition you're not able to understand probably.
Okay. See, composition is what is default. Okay, where did I write it? Somewhere I wrote, right? Yeah, yeah. Composition is actually by default what you do in OOPS. Okay. How did you learn about classes and objects? You just created a class, then you created an instance of it, right? In your first class,
Yeah.
I think it was this one. We created a class. Not this string example. Okay, give me a minute. I think Abhi covered it. That's why I don't have the code here. So Abhi had covered how you create a object. How you create a class and create an object out of it, right? So if you have, for example, let me go here. If you have, say, if you have a car class, okay,
Right.
you would do car Audi equal to new car, correct? Now you have human class, okay. Now you would say human Avi equal to new human, correct? Now within the definition of human, inside the class of human, you would have done car equal to new car. So this, when I create Abhishek, by default,
He has car, basically.
yeah, Abhishek dot, when I say CR, he will have a car. He can have all the properties of a car. So car dot number of wheels, car dot number of doors, car dot color, everything he will get.
Okay.
Abhishek is not a car, but he has a car.
Because car is defined in human class.
Yeah. So basically, let me put it simple. We, myself and Abhishek explained you what is a class, what is an object, everything. But we were actually explaining composition, but we just did not tell you that it is composition. That's it.
Okay.
Are you getting the point? So we actually were explaining composition. So whatever you learned before inheritance was actually composition.
Okay.
You are creating hazard relationship, right?
So,
you're
Vinod, I have a question. So in composition, the methods cannot be overloaded because they are used directly as they are.
No. you can overload, you cannot override. You can override only in inheritance.
Inheritance, yeah.
In this one, you can only overload.
So it is not different from the normal class and methods and all that.
Yeah. See, I think this this is a big example. Did you understand this car already?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
create it for it. Okay. I'll better create a separate. Let me close all this. Close all and
Vinod,
save.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I am understanding it as the linked list data structure, wherein you have a node which points to another node.
No.
Right?
Wait. Let's not go into that linked list. Wait. Let's keep it simple. Let me create another class or a package. Give me a minute. Okay. Let me say composition. Okay. Tell me which example do you want me to take? Shall I take the Abhi and car?
Yes.
I'll create a class by name human. Okay. And I'll create a class called car. Okay. I'll create another class for entry. Okay.
Vinod, I have a question. So here, all the classes which you are using for this composition should be within the same package?
Yeah. No, it need not be. That is as per the design. Let's not go into that package as of now. I just created separate package so that it doesn't confuse you. You can access it from different packages also. So basically, packages are just to group it. Okay, you can keep it in separate groups. Let's not go there. Let's concentrate on composition so others are not confused. Okay, so let's begin again. So when I say human ABHIB equal to new human, correct? So far all good.
Yes.
Now what is entry?
Entry
It
is
is
the
just a beginning
class.
entry class. I mean, we are just this is where your application starts. As soon
Yeah.
as the application starts, you are creating a Abhi. Now, does Abhi have a car here?
No, it doesn't have it.
Now you need to design a application where Abhi can have a car. Correct?
Right.
How would you do it? Would you
In
go
car.
here and extend car?
Extend.
Would you do this? Does Abhi extend a car?
No.
Why not? Because he is not a car. Correct? He just has a car. Am I right? So what is it? So for example, let's say car has a color. I'll just initialize to red. Okay. Now our human, should it extend a car, you can get an entry here, b dot see ab dot color is coming because you are extending from it, but that is not the real way to do it, right? Abhi is not a car, he just has a car, correct? So when you want to do a has a relationship, what would you do? You would, instead of extending from car, I'll just remove this and you will have a car here. Correct? Now if I go back to my entry, now I can say Abhi dot, I won't get color, I'll get instead car. You see this? I'll get
Yeah.
instead car. And when I select it, from there I can get a color.
Okay.
correct? I can change it to maybe black. So we are just seeing a simple example where we have a has a relationship. Previously in inheritance, you understood what is a relationship, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Animal, dog is an animal. Ruchi, you have
Mhm.
any questions? You can unmute and speak.
No, no.
Yeah. All right. So we saw is a relationship, right? We saw. I'll better create that also here. Give me a minute. Let's say.
Sorry.
Vinod,
Vinod?
uh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please go
uh,
ahead.
yeah, okay, thanks. Actually, like in inheritance, we will extract one class, and from the extraction, we will access all methods and functions and its variable. But in composition, we are using the other class by having creating object inside that, and again for next third one, we are connecting with the first one again with the objects, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, that is what I wanted to ask you. We are creating object of the other class and accessing it
Yeah.
through that
Yes.
object.
Yeah.
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 That was my question also.
Yeah. Here, like we need to have a track of the objects what we are using and where our elements are present. Then only we can get it like how human dot car dot color is coming like that. We need to have track.
So this is the entry
Oh,
point. Everyone clear so far? This is the entry point. Okay. In the entry, that is where the main class starts. We are actually having like creating an instance of Abhi. I mean of human and naming it as Abhi. All right. On the same lines, I can have many humans. I can have Abhi. Can have Vinod. Correct.
Vinod, I have a question. So the way you created a car in human, so in the
Mm-hmm.
same way, can we create objects of other classes in all the classes? Is it okay?
Of course, you can do that. Car, C equal to new car. You can do this.
And can you create an object of human in car as well?
Yeah, you can. No one is going to stop you. You can definitely do it. So you mean to say that inside a car you want to create a human?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it, but you have to think whether does it make sense. But of course, no one is stopping you.
Yeah, but it allows, right? As
Yeah, it
long
allows.
as. Yeah.
You can do this. Okay, but let's not do this because this doesn't make sense. Car cannot have a human. Okay, we are actually trying to map a real world scenario into a object oriented programming concept. Okay, how would you see when you join a project for work? Okay, you would be solving problems, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
The problems would be real world problems, right? It is not some fake problems like this.
Yeah.
And in real world problems, you'll have real limitations, right? How would be the limitation? For example, if you're talking about a banking, okay, what would be the limitation? There will be limitations like every person would be a account holder, okay, and every account holder can have just one account, or then he can have one savings account. I would say he can have one savings account, one current account, correct?
Yes.
He cannot have multiple, and he can have a ID card. He cannot have multiple ID cards. Okay, then he will have a SSID, and he will have a nominee. In case of any death or anything, he will have to nominate someone, correct? Then he will have account balance. He will have account withdrawal. All these things, right? Now,
Yes.
Did I mention anything about OOPS here in this banking scenario? All I am talking about is real world scenarios, right? I did not tell what is parent, what is child, what is what is inheritance, what is composition. Did I say anything like that? Did I use any keywords? I'm just talking about
But
simple.
it looks like it will be a composition, right? Because it has you're saying everything has a relationship.
1 minute, please. Yeah, let's not go there. 1 minute. I'm just answer my question. So my question is, did I say anything about object-oriented programming in this banking scenario?
No.
Because you have all the issues. I mean, see, you are only trying to map this into a object-oriented programming. Correct? Whatever problem you have, you are trying to map it. Right? So
Yes.
if I ask you to create a application for banking, I will give you all the requirements of banking. I wouldn't say what is composition, I wouldn't say what is inheritance, I wouldn't say what is encapsulation, what is polymorphism, nothing I will tell you to you, correct? I'll just give you what is my problem, I want a solution from your end. Correct?
Okay. Yes.
Now using those object-oriented programming concepts, you need to come up with what is supposed to be a composition, what is supposed to be a inheritance and all that. Correct?
Okay.
Now, why do you need to learn this? Because when you learn this, you get to understand and decide to yourself whether it should be a composition or it should be inheritance. And how do you simply, I mean, how do you do it? See, when I told you what is a property and what is a method, property is a noun. For example, name, age, height, all these are nouns, correct? What is the method? Verb, right? Running, swimming, starting, stopping, all these are verbs. So these are methods, correct?
Functionals, yes.
Yeah, functions. So methods of functions, yeah. So now you are able to easily identify between what should be a property and what should be a variable, I mean function, correct?
Yes.
On the same lines, just remember is a relationship and has a relationship. Okay, whichever is a relationship, derive it as inheritance, and whichever has a relationship, just create an instance of it.
Okay.
Okay, and nobody, I mean, but when it comes to the interview question, they are not going to tell you like what is the keyword for is a relationship. They won't be asking you like that. They'll be asking you what is inheritance.
Okay.
That time you just have to remember, okay, inheritance is a relationship. What is composition? It is a has a relationship. Okay, and whenever it comes to has a relationship, you create instances of it. And whenever it is a relationship, you derive from the class.
So we know which one is better, or depending on the requirement or situation.
There's nothing like it's like comparing apple against orange. You need both.
Okay.
You need both. You need to choose which one to use based on the relationship.
Okay.
When it comes to an example of Abhishek having a car, can I say Abhishek is a car? Or can I say Abhishek has a car? Samira?
Abhishek has a car.
Yeah. So because I'm saying Abhishek has a car, create an instance of a car. Don't derive Abhishek from a car.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Is that clear? On the same lines, if I take a different example, say maybe
banking, like
college,
a card
yeah, bank,
or something.
Yeah, account holder and balance.
Yes.
Okay, account and balance. Is account derived from balance? Account has a balance. Account is not a balance. Yeah. So if you have a class for balance and if you have a class for accounts, they don't derive from each other. Instead, account will have an instance of balance.
Okay.
Okay, simple as that. On the same lines, if you go to an example of college management, okay, or a hospital management, okay, let's talk about hospital. So every hospital will have rooms, correct?
Yes.
You won't say like hospital is derived from the room, correct? No. Hospital has a room. So the hospital class, what you define, will have an instance of rooms.
Yes.
And because it is more than one room, it will be an array or array list or any collection.
Okay.
So now you are able to identify what should be a property, what should be a method or a function, what should be a inheritance, what should be a composition, just by simple English, right? If it is a
Yes.
noun, keep it a property. If it is a verb, keep it a function. If it is a has a relationship, keep it a composition.
Composition.
Is a relationship, keep it a inheritance.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Yes. Yes, madam.
Anyone having any questions? Now, nobody would don't worry about the word composition confusing you. Nobody is going to come and ask you create a composition for my such and such example. Though they won't speak you in that. All they'll say is create a create a solution for my banking. Create a solution
Okay.
for my hospital. Create a solution for my such and such a scenario. Okay, and when they say that, you would be creating an instance of it or inheriting from it, creating some properties and variables. I mean properties and methods. Correct?
Okay.
All right. Everyone clear? Yeah, Pratibha. Let me unmute you. Yeah, Pratibha, I have unmuted you. Any question?
Okay, Vinod, I have a question. It's like, what is the impact of access modifiers when we have these compositions?
Yeah. So in this composition and in this inheritance, both access modifiers behave the same. So I told you, right? When it is private, it will be only within that class.
Okay.
When it is protected, it can be only for the child class.
Okay. So now Abhi has a car, and the car has some private properties and methods. So
It has
will
Okay. Let
Abhi
me
be able to access the car's properties and methods?
string. Let me say model. And I'll keep this protected. Okay. Then let me have another one. Call it as year of manufacturing. Okay. And let me keep it private. And let me say this is 2011 something. Okay. Now, when going back to our entry class, now if I say car C dot, you can see I can get model
Yeah,
and color.
C can get it. That's not an issue. Yeah, I could understand. What is the, if Abhi wants to?
It will be the same. If you go to the human and
Okay.
inside you have a car, right? And if this is public, okay, and you go back to here, now you have Vinod or Abhi, okay, dot, you have car, because you can
Yes.
see car because it is public or protected. Here in this case it is public, so you can see the car.
Okay, if it is protected also, I could see.
Yeah, and from there you derive it, dot 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 dot, you keep doing this.
Okay, if it is private, but I cannot.
You cannot reach the car itself. Whichever is private, you cannot reach. So here I can see I can reach the car, but inside car I have model, sorry, year of manufacturing, which I cannot reach. I cannot reach if it is this way also, and if I do a C dot also, both is the same. Even for C dot I cannot reach. So access modifier behaves the same for inheritance or composition, for both.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, good.
Any more questions? All right. Everyone has, can you all raise your hand, whoever has understood? Manju? Manju Behra? Manju, are you attending? I mean, are you attentive? Reshma? Shika? Shika, are you attentive? Can you at least raise your hand? I can see many people are just not attentive here. Okay, I'm just going to remove them from the class. Give me a minute. Guys, please be attentive in the class. Preeti Iyengar?
Yes, Vinod.
Okay, good. So have you understood? Manju,
Yeah.
have you understood?
Yeah,
Manju,
Vinod.
have you
Yeah,
understood?
yeah, Vinod. Yes,
But
yes, Vinod.
I know why you didn't raise your hand.
I raised Vinod. I was just talking actually, and it was on the mute.
Okay, Sonal, how about you? Sonal Gupta? Please at least raise your hand or unmute and speak. Otherwise, I'm going to remove you from the classroom. Sorry, I'm removing you. Okay. And Manju Behra?
Vinod. Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah, Vinod.
Can you hear me, and are you attentive or do you understand?
Yes, yes, Vinod. I understood.
Okay. Usha?
Yeah, I understood.
All right. All right. Good. So yeah. So you see now composition is just an interview question. So keep it to that level. Don't keep investigating it too much. Okay. And inheritance, you need to use it as a keyword with extends. Okay. All right. So now,
But Vinod, I have a question. So we would be using this concept, right, when programming, when
yes,
writing a
of course
program?
you will be using, but you will just create instance and keep going ahead.
Okay,
You won't
okay,
try
okay,
to say anything like composition as a keyword or anything. You'll just say
okay.
car C equal to new car, human
Mm-hmm.
Abhi equal to new human. So you'll just
Right.
keep using and going ahead. So you don't have to worry what is the keyword for it. I mean, you don't have to worry about what is the concept behind it or anything.
Okay, okay,
You
okay.
just have to be ready for an answer when someone asks what is composition. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if this is clear, can I cover one more topic?
Yes, Vinod.
Yes, Vinod.
What is polymorphism? What is
Vinod,
poly?
perhaps we have a break.
Having
Sorry?
multiple forms.
Yes. So poly means multiple, right?
Yes.
So polymorphism is used as a, I mean,
Vinod, how about
polymorphism
a
is,
5-minute break? Hello?
sorry? Yeah, Shweta?
Can we please have a 5-minute break?
Yeah, sure. Let's have a 5 minutes break.
Okay,
So
thank you.
what is the time now is 7:37. Sorry, for you it will be 7 p.m., right? Shall we meet at
9:17.
7:15?
Okay,
Yeah.
Vinod.
Okay, let me pause the recording. Yeah, let's meet again at 7:15.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So moving on. So now you know what is composition, what is inheritance, where we need to create a property, where we need to create a um, method, right? Now, what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is a concept where one object can take multiple, can be assigned to a I mean, how do I put it? Let me first create the example, then I'll give you the actual definition so I don't confuse you. Okay, give me a minute. I'll just remove this. Close all. Okay, I'll create a new folder or a new package just to make sure it's not confusing. I just create a package by name polymorphism example. Okay. Here, let me create an entry first. I'll create a class, make it as an entry class, and public static void main finish. Just confirm if it is working fine. System.out.println. Okay. Run this. Yeah, it is working fine. Okay. Here in this class, I would create an example. Okay. I'll create a class called animal. New class, call it as animal. Okay. And I would create another class, call it deer, and this would inherit from animal because deer is an animal, correct?
Yes, Vinod.
Now when I go here, I can create animal A equal to new animal, correct?
Yes, Vinod.
I can also create deer D equal to new deer, correct? Now instead of doing a new animal here, I'll just keep it as null initially, or I can just do this much so that now the value of A is empty. Okay.
Yes.
Now let me do another variable. Maybe I'll say new class. I'll say car. Okay. Now in my entry, I'll create another car. Car C equal to new car. So far, anyone has any doubts?
No.
I'll do this. Okay. So far on these 3 lines, anyone having any doubt? No, right? All good?
No, Vinod.
No.
Now I'll do
No,
something
Vinod.
strange. Now what I'll do is I'll say D equal to, or maybe A equal to C. I get an error. What do I get an error? Type mismatch.
Type mismatch.
Why am I getting error? Because A is the
A.
animal and C is a car. I cannot equate them. So if I try to run, it will say you are having error. All right?
Yes.
Correct? But when I say A equal to D, I don't get an error.
Because, yeah.
Because deer is also an animal.
D is an animal.
Do you agree?
Yes.
So anything which is inherited has the advantage that you can assign its parent class, not the child class. For example, if I say D equal to A, I'll get an error because every deer is not an animal. Sorry, every animal is not a deer.
Every animal.
Every animal is not a deer, but every deer is an
Yeah.
animal. Are you getting the picture?
Yes.
So where you can have all the child class objects as a animal, I mean as a parent class, but not everything from the parent class can be a child class, right? So for example, if you your parents, say for example, have 2 kids and one of the kid converted to a Christian, okay, now only
Yes.
that kid is a Christian, not every kid, right?
Yes.
On the same lines, every animal need not be a deer, but every deer will be animal. So A can be equated to D, D cannot be equal to A.
Okay.
So far so good? Okay.
Yes.
Now let's forget all this. Okay. Now what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is actually, how would I put it simple? Give me a minute. I think we can say it is the ability of the object to take many forms. Now a deer can be a deer and a deer can also be an animal. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So for example, I can say animal, animal A1 equal to deer. Okay. I can say deer D1 equal to D. Now the same deer can take a form of an animal, can take a form of a deer.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me.
Vinod, like here in the D, if you give something deer, it will be more clear maybe. Rather giving it a small D. If you give
Where?
the name deer.
Here is it?
Yeah. Yes. Here. The A1 equal to deer, right? You're saying animal A1 equal to deer, and deer D1 is also a deer. So these both will be same. It will be easy to understand. Yeah.
Is this what you meant?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, I'll say my animal has a property called maybe color. Every animal will have a color. So I'll have a color. It's a string. Okay, color. Now every deer will have a property. What property can we give?
Horns. Maybe horns. Or the color.
Eyes, legs, or
okay, you can say eyes. Okay, and we can maybe keep this as a int and keep it as a in number of eyes. Okay. Now when I come to my entry, is there error? Okay, no errors. Okay. Now when I say animal A1, okay, at runtime A1 is nothing but the deer, but I cannot say A1 dot eyes. You see that? I'll only get color, because even though A1 is taking the form factor of a deer, I can while running, while typing my code, I can only use the properties of the animal, because A1 is an animal.
Okay.
Okay, but the same if I do for deer1, I get color and eye.
Okay.
Color is coming from the animal. See, it is actually here. It is showing color is coming from the animal. Eyes is coming from the deer. So I can access both, because it is inheriting and it has its specific.
Okay.
So actually, if you do something like this, okay. So far, is it understood for everyone? What is polymorphism? How we the example I gave for polymorphism, is it clear to everyone? Now I'm going to give a separate step. So before I confuse with that, I want everyone to confirm if they have understood or any questions.
Can you please explain one more time, please?
Yeah. So polymorphism is just a ability of the object to take more than one form. Now a deer is an animal and a deer is a deer. Correct? Yes, no. So it is just a concept or where you can have more than one ability for the object to take many forms. Here it is taking a form of animal. It is also taking a form of a deer.
Yeah,
Say
but
for
even if it is taking, A1 cannot access ice, right? Then how you can use it as on using ice?
okay, I'll show you what. Now here, say for example, I have another function, any function. Here because it's a static, I'm just doing it static. So static. What should I do? I can say animal void sleep. Okay. Now, sorry, very sorry. Yeah. All right. Okay. Animal sleep. Okay. Here, I have a function called sleep. Okay. Correct. And I can call it here.
Yeah.
Do you agree? This
Yeah.
is cat. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Now, why we need to talk about and use this polymorphism? That was your question, right? Who asked
Yeah.
that question?
Yes, this Lalita. Yes, I have.
Yeah. So that is a good question. Now you will understand why. For the sleep, if I take animal, okay, and say ANIMAL, animal, okay. Now I can say system dot out dot print animal sleeping, okay. And I can, let me say animal has another property, maybe let's make it public string name, okay. And deer, sorry, entry, I'll go here. Now this needs an animal, so can I pass a, okay, and let me say a dot name equal to animal 1, okay. So far is it good? Let me give a space here. Animal 1 is sleeping, okay. Or I'll say I'll give some name, maybe sweetie. Animal sweetie is sleeping. So far clear?
Yes, Vinod.
I have a function, I'm having animal, and I'm passing this, okay. Animal is sleeping. Now deer, something, I'll just say dd, something, some variable name, okay. Okay. Now I can say sleep. This time instead of passing a, I can pass deer, correct. And if I give a name for deer as deer dot name equal to what shall I say, some name, give me some name.
Foxter.
Sorry,
Dear Rockstar.
40. Okay.
Rocky or something.
Okay. Now, animal Sweetie is sleeping, animal Rocky is sleeping. So far, is it clear to everyone? This is a function overloading, correct?
Yes.
I have a function which takes animal and I have a function which takes deer.
Deer.
But don't you think both are the same? I'll show you what I mean. If I comment this, I still don't get an error. I'll tell you why. Still I get the same. Animal Sweetie is sleeping, animal Rocky is sleeping. Because I'm accepting animal. Deer is also animal. Correct?
Yes.
So it is working fine. Say for example, if I, in this case, animal here, I want to also print the eyes. Animal dot eyes, or I can't get the eyes here because it is not available in animal. It is only available in deer.
Deer.
Correct?
Yes.
So
You
if
can
I
say
make
dot deer dot eyes.
if I say deer here,
Deer.
the type of this, then I can get eyes. Let me show you. Then I'll get eyes. Do you see this? As soon as I make this deer, I get eyes. But if I make this deer, I cannot send the animal into a deer. A is animal, right? So this key starts throwing error. Let me repeat it. Okay. Now the same example. I'll just make this animal. Let me create another function. Public static void run. Run is another function which run can be done only for deer. Not all animals can run, correct?
Yes.
So I'll say system dot out dot print deer dd dot name is run. Okay, clear? Here I can say run of deer. So far, is this clear?
Yes, Vinod.
If I take an animal, deer also can be animal, and just animal also can be animal. But if I take deer I can pass, but I cannot pass the animal. If I try to pass if I make say run and I pass A, I'll get an error. It will say, no, you cannot run all the animal because animal is not a deer. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shweta, you can unmute and speak if you have any questions.
Actually, another person also asked this question. If we want to access in line number 26, I want to access ice. In line number 26, we are.
If you want to access it, what we are trying to do is we are trying to map a real world scenario into object oriented programming. Okay.
Okay.
When it comes to that, we have created concepts. Okay, the concepts are defined like this. If the concept is not satisfying your scenario, just don't use it.
Okay.
Okay, so
I get
in that sense, if you want to access eyes here, you have to make this deer, because eyes are defined only in deer, correct?
Yeah.
So it's something like you cannot turn right and left at the same time, can you?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah. So if you want to access eyes here, simple, make this deer. If you're making this deer, it means to say that you are actually asking only deers to sleep, not all animals.
Okay.
Then you should not be passing animals, correct? So you should either go that way or this way. If you think all animals need to sleep, make this animal.
Okay. Okay.
I have a question.
One minute before you're answering your question. I'll just give me 1 minute. Okay, so far is this clear? I'll just write one. Okay, I want everyone to ask questions now before I say one last thing.
Vinod, we defined the eyes in the animal class, right?
No, we defined eyes in the deer. Not all animals has eyes, right? So I defined it in the deer. Let me show you. Eyes is defined in the deer.
Okay.
So only deer has eyes, not all animal has eyes.
Correct. So we won't be able to use another class.
Yeah.
So Vinod, I have a question. Like when we are assigning this object, a deer, to another object, what happens? And also the sleep and the run method, will they execute even if we don't write 15 and 16 line number? Execute the same, I mean.
Yeah. 15 and 16 are just dummy here. We are not using these variables at all.
Okay. So like if we want to use, like, what happens when we actually assign an object to another object? What does it take the address?
It takes the reference. Now, when I'm sending A to this function, right? What do you think is happening? Internally, this animal is getting assigned to A. Is it not? When I send deer, it is getting assigned to deer. Correct?
So Vinod, if you pass A1.
One minute. I'll just finish it. 1 minute, sorry. Whatever you're passing, see, first time it printed Sweetie, second time it printed Rocky. How is it? Because whenever you say animal.name, if you're passing the A has the name of Sweetie, so Sweetie will be printed. Next time you're passing deer, deer has the name of Rocky, so Rocky is printed. So that means this animal here, whatever I have highlighted, is getting assigned to, you're assigning this A to this animal, and next time you're assigning D to this animal. That's what I did here.
Okay, got it.
So Vinod, if we uncomment the line 15 and pass A1 as a parameter to animal, will that have the ability to access the property of deer?
No, it will still access only the name, because we are only keeping the type as animal, right?
Okay.
Vinod?
One minute, just answer Ishu's question. So you are sending deer, right? Here. So deer has the name of Rocky. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm sending A1.
A1, yeah.
Okay, so it should be printing Rocky only. Yeah. It's printing Rocky.
Okay, got it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, someone had a question, sorry.
Yeah, Vinod, this is Lalita. So in order to have this polymorphism, the class has to be inherited, then only you can, the object is runtime. At runtime, the object of that class will be assigned.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Polymorphism comes with inheritance. Object can take multiple forms only if it is inherited.
Hello, Vinod.
So 1 minute before I finish, before I go to the next one, the reason it is designed like this is because, say now deer is an animal. Now if I have another thing, for example, new class, and if I keep sleep, sorry, tiger, okay, I'm sorry, tiger, Okay, and this is also inheriting from animal. Okay, and here going back to the entry, here I can say again, here at this point I can say tiger is equal to new tiger, and sorry, tiger dot name equal to bingo. Okay, now I need not define, see, now sleep is a function, okay, which need not be overloaded again and again and again just to sleep, because all animals are supposed to sleep. Do you agree? I did not say sleep for animals, sleep for deer, sleep for a tiger. I need not keep repeating the same thing, because it's the same for all animals, correct?
Yes.
So now I can very easily, without even overloading, I can say sleep and pass the tiger, and this will just work fine. See, bingo is also sleeping. So now you see why inheritance is done and why how we use it. The other way of doing it is you can actually have an animal in this itself. If you have a function public void maybe breathe, okay, now you not the other way, I would say. Now because while the covering inheritance, I said now I can say animal dot breathe, correct? I can also say deer dot breathe. I can also say tiger dot breathe, correct?
Yes.
This was one way of doing it. The other way, if you are not able to define it there, you can define it here also, the function in some other class, and call a generic, give a variable of generic animal, that is a parent, and use only the parent's property here and do the sleep. This is another way of doing it.
Okay.
Is it clear? What is polymorphism? What is inheritance? Polymorphism is just a concept of where the objects take different forms. Now tiger is also animal, deer is also animal. So you can now it can all animal can take, tiger can take different forms. It can take a form of animal. It can take a form of a tiger also.
So tiger extends animal, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And can we write like this animal dot, and can we use the breathe method? Can we call it?
Yeah, you can. So that's what we have done here. A is an animal, right?
No. In the sleep method. In the sleep method.
In the sleep, yes, of course you can do. Breathe. You can do it. So, so here, if I go back to the animal here, I'll just say system dot out print animal name plus breathing. Okay. Now, if I run this entry, you can see while sleeping, Rocky is sleeping and breathing. Rocky is sleeping and breathing. It is because I'm sending A1 here. I'll just change it back. Sweetie is sleeping and breathing. Rocky is sleeping and breathing. Bingo is sleeping and breathing. Am I clear here?
Yes. Yes, Vinod.
All good?
Yes.
So we won't be able to do any overriding, is it, with polymorphism if we do?
You can. Okay, but you need not.
Okay.
So you mean to say that can we use sleep with deer, right?
Yeah.
You can do it. I showed you already that, right? You cannot keep it animal. If you keep it deer, that will work different.
Okay.
It will let you. but it's not needed. Okay.
Okay.
All good so
Thank you.
far?
Yes, Vinod.
Yeah.
Fine. Any other questions?
No.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Can deer also take the inherited properties of other class, like it is taking now for animal, and it will have be inheritance of animal as well as some other class also.
Sorry, come again.
Can deer be a subclass of two super classes?
Not possible. I told you, right? While covering inheritance, I told you can inherit from only one parent.
Only one.
You cannot have two parents.
Okay.
Right? In real world also you cannot have two parents, right? On the same lines here also. It is just a concept. It has been created this way. All good?
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'll come to a special case. I mean, it's not a special case. Now, what if you have a scenario where you want to do something like here. If you want to change this to sleep and run, or maybe what you can do here is in sleep, if, or I'll just write it, if the animal is a tiger, then also run, or maybe also roar. No, I'll make it run to keep it simple. Okay, also run. How do you do this? I'll tell you how to do this. Okay. I mean, is everyone thinking how to do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe like we can have A1 equate that.
So sorry.
As you before did, like animal equal to A1 equal to the same object, and you just call maybe that way.
Compare the object.
So we can say, yeah.
Open braces, animal equal to tiger, close braces, then flower bracket like that. I think she's telling me that.
Now what is tiger here?
Animal dot name is equal to tiger.
No, animal dot name is equal to what? Bingo, right?
Yeah, bingo.
Bingo.
Yeah, you're now to the right stage. Now if I tell you, you'll understand. Instead of that, I can say animal
dot equals
instance of tiger. Okay. Now I can say system dot out dot print okay. Let's see the output. See, it's only bingo which gives I am a tiger. Even though this function runs many times, only bingo tells I am a tiger, because only bingo is a tiger.
Okay.
All clear so far?
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
No.
So Vinod, this is how we write, like if animal instance of, we would use this word.
Is that a keyword? Instance of is a keyword.
Instance of is a keyword. So if animal is an instance of tiger, then only the if condition passes, else it doesn't pass. So instance of is just like a equal to, just like the equal to operator. Instance of is a keyword operator which will return true or false. If it is a tiger, it will return true. If it is not a tiger, it returns false. So you can use it with it.
We can't write equal then?
If you write equal, you are comparing the value.
Okay.
So if I say Vinod equal to Abhi, is it true? No.
Okay, yeah, got it.
But Vinod is also an instance of human. Abhi is also an instance of human.
So since animal and tiger are objects, we can't do dot equals here for that.
Tiger is not an object. Tiger is a class. It's a capital T.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have something like here, if you had maybe tiger TIGER, then maybe I mean, if it's up to you how you design. Maybe you can say animal dot name equal to tiger dot name, or animal dot number of legs equal to it's up to your design. Now this is a object. This is a class.
Class. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just comparing what is the class of it. So what type of animal is it? So I can know whether it is a deer, or it is a tiger, or it is a normal instance of.
Yeah. Okay.
1 minute. Yeah, Manju, I have unmuted you now.
Yeah, Vinod, I have one question now. Here it's like animal is instance of tiger. So is it like yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Manju.
Yes. Yeah. So here is it like tiger is instance of animal or animal instance of tiger?
That's why let me not put it animal here. Okay, let me put it A.
Okay.
Refactor, rename.
So it's like how now you have given the example like Vinod is a instance of human.
Now read the line number 37. If A is an instance of tiger, A is an object whose instance is a tiger.
Okay.
Now it is much clear.
So Vinod, it means that A is the reference variable of tiger, right? A gets the reference variable.
Only when I
tiger.
call line number 22.
Yeah, when you're passing the object of the.
I would say let's debug it here. It will be more interesting. Okay, let's debug it here. So I'll run it till here. Now I'll go inside this function. Now animal A is actually Sweetie. Correct? I'll just zoom in. Animal is a Sweetie. Do you name? Do you see this?
Vinod, how did you get that that window? What button did you press?
No, if you just place your cursor on this A, it will come. You're in debug mode, right? Because you're in debug mode, if you just place your cursor here, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, I'll just show you expressions. Okay. Here, what I'll do, A is a tiger is there, right? I'll just copy this, put it into this expression. This is false because A is an animal, right? We defined A as animal. In line number A9, we said A is an animal, and we are checking against tiger, so it says false. So when I say next, sorry, I'll just come out. Next, I'm passing deer, right? Let me go inside. Now, also it should be false, so it will not go inside at all. Okay. Next, I'm passing tiger, right? When I pass tiger, oops, I skipped that, is it? Sorry, I think I skipped it. Let me stop it and rerun it. So first time we went inside, this was false. Let me just keep this here. Okay, now you can see this window here, right? This is false. Now let me step by step. This line will be false, so it will come out. Next, I'll go inside again. This time again, it will be false. I'll go out. Next, I go inside again. This time it is supposed to be true, so it goes inside here. Clear how is it working? Only when I pass tiger, the if condition is true, so everything inside it gets executed.
So Vinod, if we have like for the instance of tiger, if we have another name for the tiger, say tiger dot name is equal to something else like Simba. So will that be printing the name of that tiger as well? Like
Okay, I get your question, but you're not asking it right way. Let me repeat your question. Now, so far you have understood. Everyone has understood so far here.
Yes.
Okay. Now this running here. Okay. Sorry, this line here. I am a tiger here. I want to say tiger. Let me go to the tiger class, and I'll say here maybe I can say public int number of legs. Okay, and I'll come to my entry. I have a tiger here. For this tiger, I'll say tiger dot legs, number of legs equal to 4. Okay, now I want to say something like plus I have
A dot.
a dot
Number of legs.
of legs plus yes. So this we are expecting it should print I have 4 legs, correct?
4 legs. Yes.
But it is giving me error because A is an animal, it's not a tiger, correct?
A
is animal, right? Number of legs is only for tiger. It is not for animal.
Yes.
A is animal here, right?
Yes.
Now, how do I solve this? I can solve this by forcing Java to assume just in line number 40, assume A is a tiger. Because you're comparing instance, right? So you're sure that this is going to be a tiger. So you want Java to just for momentarily assume A is a tiger, correct?
Yes.
Only at this place, I want A to be a tiger. How do I do it? I can do something called as typecasting.
Oh yeah, right. Typecast.
I'll typecast this to a tiger. Simple. Only at this level, I'm just forcing Java to make this a tiger. All right. Now, if I run this, you're getting I have 4 legs.
Yeah.
Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
All good? But remember, this is very risky because you are forcing Java compiler. Java compiler is not sure whether it is a tiger, but you're forcing it. Okay, what I mean by that is if I don't have this if condition, okay, let me just undo this. Maybe I'll just put a semicolon here and comment this part. Okay, I'll just close this. Okay, if I run this, all good, right? Now bingo is I'm a tiger is coming, correct? Now
yes.
I'll just comment this out. Is there any error? No. Now Rocky is also telling it is a tiger. Bingo is also telling it's a tiger. Sweetie is also telling it's a tiger. Because we are not checking whether it is a tiger or not.
Okay.
Without checking also, if I tell Java to take it, go ahead, make it a tiger. Assume it's a tiger. It will not give compile errors. Okay, but while running, it will throw exceptions. Error, animal, polymorphism example dot animal, line number. Where is the line number? It should come here. Yeah, entry line number 40. In the line number 40, you are having an error, and the error is that not able to cannot cast a tiger into an animal, because not all animals are tigers. Sorry, cannot cast animal into a tiger because Sweetie is actually animal. It cannot be a tiger. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
What I mean to say is, let me put a breakpoint here. Let me run this till here. Now the breakpoint is here. Now if I keep a cursor on the A, it says A is animal. Animal has a color, name. It doesn't have number of legs. Deer is a color and eyes. Tiger has color and number of legs. So Java knows what is the type of every object. You can see this is coming as a tiger here. This is coming as a, this is coming as a deer. And this is coming as an animal. But you are forcing Java to typecast it here. You're forcing all the animals are tiger. And if you force it, it will just break it.
So Vinod, I have a question. So while typecasting, is there something we need to keep in mind before doing that? Like here you
Yes,
said if we take out the if condition, then it
simple.
will
Yeah, if you have a, if you're talking about a thumb rule, to be safe, don't use it. It's risky. If you have a scenario, there is no option, you have to use it, then you can go ahead and use it.
Okay.
Actually,
And if you want to use it safe,
you
1
know,
minute, if you want 1 minute, and if you want to use it safe, just have a if condition of this, if it is a type of this instance.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
better
like,
to have a if condition when you are using typecasting.
yes, it is better to have it, but Java doesn't stop you. Even if you don't have it, Java will allow you to run, but while running, it will just fail.
Okay, okay, yeah.
All right.
Vinod, I couldn't understand somehow this thing that you actually are comparing a instance of tiger, and up in your code you said that tiger, if you can take the program a little above.
Okay. Now,
So,
one minute.
Vinod,
Um,
Vinod, 1 minute, Vinod. Let me finish this here itself. Are you telling it's a bad practice to typecast? Actually, I use typecasting in some other program, I think in Array or something like that, for the exam, 718, like that we had one exam, no?
Just
There
as
I
simple
did
as
use
this. 1 minute, Shweta. It's as simple as this. If you have a road on which the speed limit is 80, it is safe to ride within 80. But if you are in an emergency and if you want to go fast, then you are okay with breaking the rules. It allows you to go. Nobody is going to stop you. But
Okay.
it is risky to go in there. It's like that.
Okay, you are telling that it's a bad coding practice to typecast.
It's not like it's a bad practice. If you want to be very safe, write it within the limits. If you know that if you write 100 also you're going to be safe, then go ahead. It is just I'm just telling you that it's not safe, because someone, say you are working on a project and you do a lot of typecasting here and there, and you leave the project, someone else come into the project. They don't understand why you have done typecast here, why you have done that here. It's not a general good practice.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, someone, I think someone had a question, right? I forgot. Someone did not understand line number 38, right? Who was that?
Yeah, Vinod. Actually, above you're saying tiger. You have a tiger class.
If I say if a dot name equal to Vinod, do you understand line number 37? Ruchi?
Yeah.
What does line number 37 say? If the animal name is Vinod, only then execute line number 39. Whatever is here, whatever system not print out here, line number 39 will be executed only if the name of the animal is Vinod, correct? Yes, no, Ruchi, please respond.
Okay.
Yeah. So
no.
the if condition, here, 1 minute, let me finish it, then I'll ask you a question again. Now, on the same lines, I can say if a instance of dir, okay, it is also again a Boolean expression. A dot name equal to Vinod is a Boolean expression. It can return true or false, correct? If it is equal to, if the name is Vinod, it will return true. If it is not equal to Vinod, it will return false, correct? On the same lines, a instance of dir is also a very simple Boolean expression where it is not comparing the value, it is comparing the type of it. Now, Vinod is also a human, Abhi is also a human, Ruchi is also a human. So if I say Vinod instance of human, it works fine. Abhi instance of human works fine. Ruchi instance of human works fine. But if I say Abhi.name equal to Vinod, it won't work fine because Abhi's name is different, Vinod's name is different, Ruchi's name is different. So here I'm comparing the name value, here I'm comparing the type. Both are just simple Boolean expressions which will return true or false.
Okay, Vinod, got it.
Anyone else having question at this level?
Even if I don't have a object of type animal, like deer is not an object of animal, still they're comparing the type. That's it, right?
You can compare with anything. You can compare A is a car also. Nobody's stopping you. Instance of car. But here, okay, Java is very clear, but A can never be a car, correct? Because it is not inheriting. So Java is incompatible condition operator. Okay. So compiler is pretty clever. Okay. So what is a compiler? Basically, compiler is just telling you even before you run the application, you're going to crash. That's what a compiler is, right? What is a runtime error and what is a compile time error? Compile time error is even before, see, now if you have an assignment that you have a car, I give you a car and I ask you to reach from California to New York in maybe 5 hours. Okay, Ruchi, you're still with me? Yeah, if I ask you to do that, maybe you can do it. Okay, but what if the car has a tire puncture?
Okay.
You know that pretty much you are never going to do it. It's not possible, correct?
Yeah.
So even before you start itself, you can say the tire is not good, I'm definitely not going to make it. That is a compile time error. So the compiler is nothing but it is just going to stop you before you execute itself because it knows you're going to fail.
Okay.
And what is a runtime error? While running, your tire might get punctured. That it doesn't know. So compiler is just a smart engine sitting there and telling you, giving you precautions. That's all. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
All good so far, everyone?
Yes, Vinod.
Today, was it an interesting class?
Yes, interesting, but bit
Overloading
complicated.
class.
Bit
many
complicated,
things
but
Overloading class actually.
Actually, to be frank, I thought I'll be covering this in maybe half an hour, and I was
Oh.
supposed to cover some more topics. But
No,
because it was confusing, it just dragged and dragged and dragged. After this, I was supposed to cover collections and all that.
Vinod, I have a question. So
Yeah,
in the line number 42, when we are checking if A is an instance of dear, and if it is true, and we print A dot name, then in that case, A dot name will print the name of the deer.
Yes. Inside you can do anything. This line is independent with this line. It is just that while execution, based on that condition, you'll be calling line number 44. But anywhere, anything, you can just say a dot name, you will get it. A dot color, a dot name. Here also you can say, here also you can say anywhere.
Can we scroll up all the way up where we are assigning the name for the deer? Just wanna take a look.
Yeah.
So deer dot name over here is Rocky. So if I this condition is true, right? A is an instance of deer. This is true, right? And if I say sys out A dot name, in that case Rocky will be printed, right?
Yeah.
So and if I print the line below that, if A is instance of tiger, then in that case the
Only
name
for
of the
tiger.
tiger will be printed.
Yes.
So that object A is behaving differently for deer and tiger. Okay.
No, it's not.
I got
It's
it.
not. It's not a
I got
same
it.
object.
I got it. Sorry, I got confused for a bit, but now I got it. I got it.
All right. Anyone else having question?
So, I don't know.
Yeah, Poonmani.
Yeah. From these two topics, what we may accept in the interview point,
See,
the
in the
question.
interview, you can expect theory questions like, what is polymorphism? What is composition? What is inheritance? Okay. These are the theory. Now, I give you a practical example. Write a scenario, write a code to do such and such a thing. So write a code.
Okay.
Well, give me 1 minute, please. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So as I was telling, what was I telling? Yeah. Sorry, I lost it. Where was I? What was I telling?
Yeah,
what are the?
I am asking about the interview questions.
So you got the theory questions, right? Now the practical.
Yes.
Now, if I give you a scenario, like I want you to write an application for animals, tiger, lion, and deer for a zoo. Okay. Now you have to create tiger from extending animal. Correct? That is the concept, right? So you use inheritance. All right. Next, you want to you have a scenario where you want to do something special for tiger alone. Okay, you want to make sure the cage is very safe for tiger. Okay, cage dot type is equal to strong or something. So if tiger, I mean if a particular animal is of instance tiger, make sure cage is strong. All right, for a monkey and all that, no need to keep the cage strong. Do you agree? In such cases, use a typecasting. Okay, I'm just trying to give you some random examples to make you understand where we might use all these concepts. So in the interview, when you're getting a question, they would be expecting you to use the right appropriate objects and right appropriate designs. Now, if you have a class of animal, what is the point if you don't derive the tiger from animal? Your code may work, but design wise, if there is a house, right, and if you have a staircase, and if you have a rope to climb, if you're using rope also, you can go up. Using staircase also, you can go up, but it is expected that you use the staircase, right? On the same lines, when they give you a question, they are expecting you to put a proper design, not just a working code. Anybody can write a working code, but people with correct experience, with lot of knowledge on how a product is designed and developed, will do the right designing. You
So
see,
they will accept.
why do you need a function? Tell me, why do you need a function? Because whenever you want to, when you want to call it multiple times, you don't need to repeat the code. You just put all your code in a function, keep calling it again and again and again. In this case, sleep is our function. So whatever we wrote inside sleep, it's not repeating. Correct?
Yeah.
On the same lines, for classes also, you should not repeat your, see, in this case, animal had a name. Correct? Animal has a name and a color. Now, what is the use if you have a tiger and have name and a color here also and don't derive it from animal? Still your code will work, but it is not a good practice. People expect you to do the right way, and the right way is to derive it and just not repeat your code. If I don't extend it here, I can still use here color and name, right? Public name, big string name. Yes, no?
Yes.
It will still work, but this is not a good practice. You are repeating your code. One fine day, if you change it, you have to change everywhere. So this is not a good practice. This is a good practice. So coming to your question of where will we use this in the interview? Yes, if they give you a project or something to design, you have to write the right design.
So they'll give some scenarios. So based on the scenario, we have to tell what variable and methods
exactly
we have to use. And
if I give you in simple terms, let me tell you. If I ask you to write a class and have a option to run, would you say run is a variable or a function?
Repeat it again. Sorry.
If I want to create if I want to create a animal and make it run, do you create a variable by name run or do you create a function by name run?
Function.
Yeah, because that makes sense. On the same lines, if I want you to create a class for animal and I want to create a class for tiger, by default they mean to say you have to derive tiger from animal. They wouldn't say, okay, create a class for animal, then derive a tiger from animal. They won't say that. They'll just say, create a class for animal, create a class for tiger. It means you have to design it with deriving tiger from animal. Same way, if you're talking about bank application, okay, they would say, create a class for account, create a class for savings account, create a class for current account. Now that means to say, savings account is derived from account, current account is derived from account. And say there is a property by account number that would not be defined in savings account, it would be defined in the account, so that it becomes every derived function gets the account number. Correct? You can have a savings account, you can have a current account, you can have maybe a mutual fund account, any account, right?
Okay.
Are you getting the concept?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll upload today's video. There has been a lot of things covered. Okay, let me create assignments for you. Give me a minute. One minute. So
And we know this code is also available, right?
yeah, I'll make it available now.
Okay, thank you.
Vinod, is it possible to get the topics that will be covered tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll be covering probably collections.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Collection as in garbage collection or something else?
Arrays and queues. See, okay, give me a minute. Let me stop the recording.
Sure.
All right. So composition assignment. Yeah, that will be assignment number 7. Then assignment number 8 is polymorphism, right?
Polymorphism, yes.
You should start to see the files in the drive. It should have already arrived. And the moment I save it here, it should be available for you. So this will be polymorphism. Okay. Okay, for composition, let me take an example of, okay, create a entry class. Okay, let me just remove this here. Create entry class, create a human class, add instance of Abhi in human, Abhi in entry. Okay, so that within the entry class you have to say Abhi equal to new human. Okay, create a car class, add car property to human, create a phone class, add phone for okay, create a phone, maybe phone class, add phone to phone. Okay, now in the entry class, create instance of Abhi plus Vinod plus, you can give your name. Okay, 3 instances. All right. Yes.
Okay.
No. Someone. Yeah. Abhi has Audi car, black in color, plus iPhone. Okay.
Okay.
Vinod has Suzuki car, red in color, house at New York. Okay.
Okay.
New York on street. Okay. Now you have iPhone or a BlackBerry phone, house in maybe California. Okay. And okay, these are the three things. Now in the entry class, create a function to print all properties of human. Okay.
Okay.
It should print, you should print something like I'm just giving you example. Abhi has iPhone. Abhi does not have house. Okay. Vinod has house. Suzuki, he has a house. He doesn't have a phone. So it should be checking whether they have a phone or not, and only then printing.
Okay.
If it is null, then it should not print.
Okay.
Are you getting that?
Yeah. So check the conditions here, right? If you would mention it better, it would be.
Sorry guys, 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So it should print like this. You should check whether it is null and print like this. This is your first assignment for composition. Okay. And every class should have only humans, no car, no others. Have objects of only
humans,
not car, no car, or
no phone, house or phone. Yeah.
Okay. But you can use it while constructing. Like I can say human Abhi equal to new human, and you can say here in the constructor you can say new car, comma, for phone maybe Abhi's phone is iPhone, new phone. Okay. And the name of the phone you have to probably pass it, or yeah, something like this. Then he doesn't have a house, so pass null. Okay. Then in the next line, Abhi, I'll just comment this. Abhi dot car dot color equal to black. Correct. Then Abhi dot
house home dot phone
brand equal to iPhone, something like this.
Okay.
And finally, you should just print.
Should print the color
So,
and the phone type of
no,
phone.
you have a function to, you have created a function to print all the properties, right? So it will be called print properties and pass Abhi.
Okay.
Okay. Then pass Vinod and yourself.
Okay.
Okay, is this clear? First assignment. Everyone, any questions? Harita, 1 minute. Harita, sorry. Yeah, Harita, I've unmuted you. Increase the size of the font. Okay. I have put it in the file. You can see it.
Okay.
Whatever it is. This is it. You can see it here, but I have also put it in the drive. It's already available. You can check it.
Okay.
All right. Coming to polymorphism. Polymorphism. What example shall I take? Example. Give me a good example. Someone. Great. Extending. The class is extending long. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tell me. Give me a good example for polymorphism.
Something with bank
Okay.
account. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good example. Let's take bank. Create class for account. Then create class for savings account. Create class for current account. Okay. In the entry class, create a function for withdraw amount.
Payment options, something.
Yeah. In the withdraw amount or in the entry class, create a function for make payment.
Payments.
Okay. In the withdraw amount function, add charges to withdraw only if it is a current account. For savings account, there is no withdrawal charges. For current account, you have to add extra 10% for withdrawal.
Okay. It's a condition. Okay.
Extra 10%. Okay. And your account class will have double or will type as savings balance. Okay, this will be a property.
Double data type as balance. Is that you mean that? Okay.
There will be a property of type double, and the name is balance. So that every time you withdraw, it will withdraw some amount. So this will take you will send some value to the withdrawal. If it is greater than 0, you will withdraw, and you will also compare if it is only of type savings, there is no charges. If it is of current, if you withdraw 100, 110 will be deducted from the account.
Okay.
Clear to everyone?
Yes. Manoj.
Yeah. And
Can you explain the last one?
so
Here
you will have, see,
we'll have a double
when you
balance.
say withdraw amount, amount has to be deducted, right? From where will it deduct? From the balance. So where is that
Yeah.
balance? Balance has to be mentioned in the account class, not in the savings account, not in the current account. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And okay. Okay, so this is good enough for polymorphism. Did I cover anything extra? You can do typecasting here. You can do. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. There will add a property in current account. For called maybe ledger balance. I don't know what is a ledger balance, so don't ask me. So just have a variable called ledger balance. Okay, it's a single word. Property has to be a single word, so I'll make it ledger balance. Okay, and when withdraw when you are withdrawing amount, right? It's current account also reduce balance from ledger and print it. So you have to do a typecasting that only current account will have ledger balance and reduce that also. All right.
So you are asking us to create a method called ledger balance?
Or okay, let me make it like this. Instead of ledger balance, I'll make it extra charges.
Okay.
Okay, and if it is current amount, then reduce balance or add, instead of reduce balance, I'll say add extra charges. I'm just making a very simple example, so it's easy for you to understand. But in the real world, you'll have all the things you'll have to understand and create classes and everything for that. Okay, so let's make it simple now for the assignment. Only the current account will have extra charges, and you have to typecast to get that and print it. Okay, clear? Good.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Can you confirm if you have can see my assignments?
Yes, Vinod, just a second.
All right. Let me put my code also there. Let's code. Okay.
I can see composition. Yeah, both were uploaded, Vinod. 7 and 8.
Yeah, assignments, right?
Yes.
All right. Give me a minute. I'm just checking where is my code. Let me close my Eclipse so it doesn't crash. I'm going to put it into the drive.
Which folder, Vinod?
Inside the Eclipse code, you should see something called as July 2018 workshop. Sorry, workspace. Do you see it?
No. Yes, Vinod, I got it.
Everyone got it?
It has only metadata and recommended, so I'm not seeing.
It's still uploading. Give it a minute. It's still syncing. I'll just let you know as soon as it's done, maybe another couple of minutes. A lot of files being uploaded. So people who are in a hurry can leave. I'm just waiting for upload to be done so that I can announce it here itself. Let me stop the recording meanwhile. It's all done. Okay, I've stopped the recording.